Day, everybody. Yeah. Ow, indeed. Somebody just got stabbed. It's New York City. So the city's getting a lot of new faces. You know, all those illegal aliens Joe Biden invited into the country during his presidential run. They're here. I haven't seen this many single men since they dug up Kat's backyard. But Mayor Adams, he's not thrilled. The policies of a Democrat president are now biting him in the ass like he's backed into a hungry Brian Stelter. Yeah. So on Monday, Adams announced that up to 50 churches or faith-based spaces for fans of weird, needless euphemisms will soon shelter up to 19 single adult illegal aliens each. So that's 50 times 19. What's that amount to, Kat?
900.
Just kidding, you're a chick!
Oh, I'm sorry. Unnecessary, really. We'll have a meeting after. So I think that's less than 1,000, but last week over twice that many arrived in New York. So any other bright ideas, Mr. Mayor? Do you have a vision?
It is my vision to take the next step to this, to go to the faith-based locales, and then move to private residence. There are residents who are suffering right now because of economic challenges. They have spare rooms, they have locales, and if we can find a way to get over the 30-day rule and other rules that government has in its place.
So you got that? Move the migrants to homes where current residents are already suffering. Well, at least I hope it doesn't cost a lot, like $4.2 billion.
We can take that $4.2 billion, 4.3 it may be now, that we potentially would have to spend, and we can put it back in the pockets of everyday New Yorkers, everyday houses of worship, instead of putting it in the pockets of corporations, and some of those corporations come from outside our city.
4.2 billion, maybe 4.3 billion. Hey, who's counting? Well, we are, and that's a buttload. Excuse my French. And we're gonna use it to pay people to let dudes crash on your couch. Have you seen some of the hotel conditions where the migrants are currently staying? It's almost as disgusting as my toilet after eating a quart of Rocky Road. I'm lactose intolerant. Oh, you think that's funny? And besides, couldn't you already rent your rooms out and you could do a background check on your tenants? But here, how does that even work? Adams expects you to embrace the government paying for a stranger to take your son's top bunk bed. It makes me yearn for the good old days when we sent migrants upstate so they can cross into Canada illegally. But once they heard Nickelback, they begged to be shipped to Greenland. But the Democrats' reality is always the opposite of their earlier virtue signal. They like pretending they'll help, but they don't. It's like when I pretend to lift when I'm a pallbearer. But you should respect Mayor Adams, at least for walking the walk. So then, how about the mayor's house? It has spare rooms, I'm sure. Well, when asked about it, he actually said, quote, "If it doesn't go against legal protocols, I don't have a problem if I could put a migrant family in Gracie Mansion." Wow. That's not bad. They just have to dump a bucket of water on the de Blasio so they'll leave. But none of this makes any damn sense. Like, when do we stop paying? How many people do we take in? Will they get to stay longer or forever? Can you kick them out if they keep eating your Funyuns? And also, have we lost our damn minds? I mean, if there was just some process that could deal with illegal immigration, I don't know, something like a wall, or maybe just follow the damn laws. Meanwhile, on the other coast, controlled by Democrats, Sacramento's freaking out over 16 illegals, 16, flown in on a private jet. First of all, a private jet. Hell, I've seen 16 in a flatbed truck. But now the Dems' hair is on fire, especially this guy's, which makes sense. Maybe stop putting axle grease in your hair. And guess who he's blaming? Quote, "Ron DeSantis, you small, pathetic man. This isn't Martha's Vineyard. Kidnapping charges?" So can you imagine the governor of the most screwed up state in the union calling the governor of the most successful state pathetic? That's like a last place team jeering the league champs. I would be more specific, but I know nothing about sports. And he's calling private jets that people willingly get on as kidnapping. So I guess that makes our entire airline industry a human trafficking cartel. I suppose Dems only support flying illegals when it's done secretly in the dead of night. The problem with Gavin, his residents are flying too, straight out of California. The homeless problem is so bad in Cali, they're going to change its motto from the Golden State to the Golden Shower State.
Ouch. That's hot.
So don't worry, Gavin. As soon as these 16 illegals get there and see the squalor, they'll head to Florida too. So when Dems ship illegals somewhere else, it's good. When DeSantis does it, it's a hate crime. And the White House is happy to echo that notion.
I've said it many times from here, repeatedly from this podium, that busing or flying migrants around the country without any coordination with the federal government, we've talked about this, state or local officials as well, is dangerous and unacceptable because you're putting people's lives at risk, and it's dangerous and unacceptable because you're actually putting a lot of pressure on these states and local areas.
Ugh, she's stupid. Unintentionally honest, though. The message is clear. If you live in a border state with millions of people pouring in, good luck to you. But don't you dare drop them off in blue cities, because that's dangerous. And funny how honest that really is. Let's welcome tonight's guest. Michigan still remembers her as the one that got away. Former Michigan GOP candidate for governor, Tudor Dixon. And just don't ask him where that finger has been. Oh, now you don't put up your finger.
Oh, it's there. It's coming.
Host of Fox Across America, Jimmy Fallon. His act comes with a warning, may cause drowsiness. Comedian Joe Mackey. And like a warm summer evening, she attracts bugs. Fox News contributor Kat Timm. How you doing, Joe?
Not too shabby, Greg. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Good.
You must feel like you got your collar popped.
I got my collar popped. It's like Elvis's '68 comeback special tonight.
Yes.
You look like you're starring in a show about a tame biker gang, like Mild Hogs. You know? I like that, though.
Yeah. Says Liberace's gayer brother.
Oh, you have no idea. I do. I look like a children's magician who doesn't belong around children.
Yes.
I agree. The minute I put it on.
Yeah. Okay. So, Joe, you actually live in a showroom at Raymond and Flanagan, right? Would you be comfortable housing numerous illegal migrants in your home?
Greg, it could be a bad situation for everybody.
Yeah.
Going forward, because what if I've got a lady over and things are getting amorous, you know? I can't have my style cramped. Plus, what if I like to walk around naked and enjoy country music? They're not going to enjoy that.
No, they won't.
It's just a fascinating situation where the left is surprised that anything has consequences, you know? Like open borders, people might cross them.
Yeah.
And if you give people free crack pipes, I might enjoy delicious crack.
Yes. I don't think I've enjoyed anything more than Tudor Dixon imagining something that you said. Right? I saw your face. The country music line made you nauseous.
No, yes, because I thought when I was looking at this, I thought this could be so dangerous for the New Yorkers, but then I realized that it could actually be dangerous for the migrants.
Yes.
They could end up with this.
Yes.
I mean, how bad would that be
Yes,
if you end up in someone's... But really, it is dangerous either way. I mean, if we are being honest about this and we think about this truly, you are talking about putting people into someone's home who he admitted it. These people are vulnerable. They're vulnerable people. I don't know how they have an extra room. So where are they putting them?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's foster care for undocumented citizens, illegal aliens, whatever you want to call it. But it's incredibly dangerous. And they're like, we'll just own a room in your home.
Yeah.
I've got all this money.
Yeah,
I've got all this money. Just take it.
And by the way, the money then becomes incentive. It's an incentive.
Yes.
So if you do $125 a day, it comes to $3,500 a month per person. So think about that. $3,500 a month. I
It's
mean, that's almost as much as I make in a day.
It's very. It's very reminiscent of paying nursing homes to take patients, and look how that turned out.
Exactly. That's a great point.
Boom.
Speaking of the opposite, Jimmy,
Oh.
should we give Mayor Adams a little bit of credit?
Yes.
Unlike Gavin Newsom, he's actually saying, okay, we're a sanctuary. I'm not crazy about being a sanctuary city, but we're a sanctuary city, so I'm going to do my best.
I mean, yeah, that was the gig. And you got to look at the positives. Like, we're working on a great Friends spin-off. If all the migrants fill in, you have a department called Amigos. Like, that would be pretty funny. And as a parent, you think of like the border-themed kids games you could play, like Pin the Tail on the Drug Mule. That's going to be hot. You can't play Red Rover because they've already sent everyone over. That's the only problem. But the whole thing is so stupid because this is all a consequence of their actions, and now obviously they're trying to abandon it. But think about this at the southern border. We've had 200 people that we know of on the terror watch list, okay, that we know of, okay? So it means there's not all good people coming over. How does that conversation go with your kids? You're like, you know, you guys always wanted a big brother. Well, you're getting one, but he doesn't speak English. You know what I mean? And he likes to fly. Do you guys like to fly? I mean, it's bad. That was a little dark. Okay.
It's okay. You know, Kat, this kidnapping line, can we talk about, is Gavin Newsom really stupid to actually say, was he like, does he actually believe that this is kidnapping?
Well, I don't think he came up with it. Someone else was like, call it kidnapping. That makes you sound passionate.
Yeah.
And so he said, you're right, I'll go with that. No, I don't think he really does. But how much of the things that they say do politicians overall generally believe?
Yeah.
I think they probably just want the fiery hot takes. I don't know. I think obviously a lot of these issues do come with the fact that there are incentives and it's not migrants themselves. So what we're talking about in a lot of these cases is economic issues. The idea of housing, I always knew Eric Adams was out of touch a little bit, but the idea of housing a migrant in your house, who in Manhattan has a house?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No one has a house. Bitch, where?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't even do like a YouTube aerobics video in my apartment without bruising myself all over because I'm kicking all the time. I tried.
Yeah, that's true. If it's $35, you get $3,500 a month, and you could just take in 5 people. That's like $18,000 a month. I mean, you're almost rich.
In theory, the money makes sense, but who's paying for their groceries?
Yeah.
Like the government's giving you money to cover their rent, but now they're just in your house.
Yeah.
So how does that work if they're like eating the food or wearing your clothes, or think about all the spin-off porn like Debbie does Dominican Republic? Like it's
just
going to be
wanted
bad. No,
do
it's
anything
bad.
to work in his
No, I
material.
didn't. I mean, you think of where this is going.
Do you know what it is? What you're talking about, though, is like squatters.
Yeah.
If you can't get rid of people that actually rent, what happens here?
That's what I'm saying. You'll never get them out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so stupid.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.